What's going on, guys? Mush back at it with another video. Want to give you guys a heads up on some of the new sales that are running on Steam this week. We also are going to go over some other deals. Do want to highlight the Square Enix sale that is still running. Look, I love the Square. Whenever they run a Square Enix publisher sale, y'all know those are games up my alley. So I got to give that another shout. We got a couple historic low game deals to go over, and the Steam Deck is actually discounted. Now, it's the lowest end model of the deck, but it is fairly cheap. And given, I see some of the costs of these portable gaming PCs these days, and I think the deck is still a pretty solid option, all things considered. So we'll talk that at the end of this video as far as if you do want to pick up the deck. Right off the bat, we do have some new sales running this week. We've got the 505 Games Publisher Sale, aka the Death Stranding Director's Cut Sale. Nah, I kid. 505 Games has some other really good titles, actually, but Death Stranding Director's Cut is on sale, 50% off for $19.99. I was really hoping, as a part of the Beyond the Strand event that Kojima and his team held yesterday, that they were gonna announce Death Stranding 2 for PC, but they really just highlighted brand new games. Physint and OD Knock, they dropped a teaser trailer for that. Games that'll be out in like a decade, so, I can't really get all too excited. Like, I don't understand the point of having an event like that when these games are like eons and eons away. Like, that really does nothing for me. Although they did also announce Death Stranding the Mosquito animated film, so I guess that's kind of cool. But again, I think it's kind of comedy whenever we get games that are like 5 years away and you're like, oh, here's a trailer for this, here's the first poster. It's like, bro, I don't care. Like, show me some gameplay, give me a release window, and then we can start talking. But nevertheless, Death Stranding Director's Cut is awesome. Hopefully we'll get Death Stranding 2 end of this year, early next year, because Death Stranding 2, I think, is orders of magnitude better than the first game, and I know some people vehemently disagree with that, but yeah, Death Stranding 1 is also awesome. Honestly, Death Stranding 1 and 2 are some of my favorite games of all time. I think the games are outstanding, but I also get that they are not gonna be for everyone. I get the FedEx delivery simulator complaints for sure, but overall, for $19.99, I think that's a great deal. Definitely recommend Death Stranding Director's Cut. Assetto Corsa Evo, 20% off for $31.99. Crime Boss Rockay City, $1.99 on that. Hey, that's a pretty decent deal. It does have a lot of DLC, so keep that in mind. A Eiyuden Chronicle 100 Heroes, 65% off for $17.49. I did like the game. It has a lot of issues, but I do think there's a good JRPG there, or a fairly decent JRPG there. Again, it has its issues, quality of life issues for sure, and when you have a game, and Suikoden had this element, I don't even want to say it's a problem, but this element to it where you do have north of 100 characters. How many of those characters actually have depth, and how many of those characters are actually developed? A very, very limited amount of them. That's just the reality with games like that. Even like Unicorn Overlord, which unfortunately never came out on PC, that game had a big roster of characters, but when you have that big of a roster, you just can't give depth and weight to all of them, and it is what it is. You probably don't want to when you're talking about creating a focused narrative as well, but nevertheless, $17.49 on that. If you're into JRPGs, you certainly can have a good time with it, but yeah, decent pickup there. Ghost Runner 2 is $9.99. Bloodstained Ritual of the Night, $9.99. The sequel of that is coming out next year, so definitely a good time to play that, and it's a great game in its own right. Forget about the sequel for a second, but the Bloodstained is awesome. You've got Miasma Chronicle, 60% off for $13.99. I actually think that's a super underrated tactics strategy game. Vibes of like an XCOM there. Really, really well done. $13.99 on that. Ghost Runner 1 is $7.49. Journey to the Savage Planet is $7.49. Brothers: A Tale of Two Sons, the remake is $7.99. The remake, like, nobody asked for, but nevertheless, some decent deals available on that. Then you do have a Tokyo Game Show sale with a bunch of deals that are just highlighted. Now, these are from a wide variety of publishers. You've got games like Rise of the Ronin is 30% off for $34.99. Mega Man Battle Network Legacy Collection Volume 1 is $12.79, and they have the collection for $19.99 with both volumes. Monster Hunter Stories 2, $19.99 on that. Monster Hunter Stories 3 looks awesome. Neo is $7.49, which I actually think is a really great deal for Neo. Definitely would recommend that. A challenging game for sure, but a worthwhile Souls-like action game. You've got Atelier Yumiya, $49 on that. Tecmo Koei JRPG. Those games just hold up in price for eons and eons. what can you do? You've got a Japanese Drift Master, 30% off for $24.49. So yeah, if you want to check out some of those games, I see Ninja Gaiden 2 Black is $30. Dynasty Warriors Origins is on sale as well, still at a hefty price. But Long Gone Days, 50% off for $12.49. Love that game, so definitely check that out. And then Square Enix's Tokyo Game Show is running as well. This sale is awesome. I say this because Square Enix, obviously, I get that people have their issues with Square and where they're taking a lot of their games, and Final Fantasy in particular, but Square Enix games are still generally my favorite games that come out every year, whether it be Final Fantasy, whether it be, you know, these smaller Square Enix games that come out, like, you know, you could put Dragon Quest in there, but even below that, you know, Romancing Saga, Fantasia Neo Dimension, Bravely Default, Neo The World Ends With You, Star Ocean, all of those games, you know, they are varying in quality, but I end up enjoying them all the same, and I just think they are all fantastic games. And obviously, Final Fantasy at the helm of it all. You got Final Fantasy VII Rebirth, that's 40% off for $42. The 7 Remake, the first part of the Remake trilogy, is $24. You can get both for $60, which I would actually recommend. Yes, it's at a hefty price point, but I think it's worthwhile, and those games are awesome. Final Fantasy XVI is $30, which I loved Final Fantasy XVI as well. I think Final Fantasy XVI is awesome, and I get the issues people have with that game as well, but I think that game is absolutely spectacular in terms of the sheer spectacle that it offers. I think the story is real good, and I had a great time with it. Nier Automata is $14. Awesome, awesome game. The biggest issue with Nier is the fact that the franchise has been benched for as long as it has. Like, it's much like Tomb Raider, how we can get these games that are at this quality level that seemingly do incredibly well from a commercial standpoint as well, and then we're just like, alright, let's bench these franchises for eons. I get that we had Nier Replicant, I get that they had a bit of a mobile focus with Nier, but like, come on, man, like, do a brand new Nier game. I don't know if it's a thing with Yoko Taro or whatever, they just don't want to do it. I don't know what's going on, but we need another Nier game, and a new mainline Nier game would do incredible from a commercial standpoint. Like, so many people at this point have checked out Automata and loved it. It's time for a brand new Nier game, and if you're one of the few that haven't checked out Automata yet, definitely give that a pickup. It's a fantastic game, phenomenal soundtrack, excellent, excellent game. Octopath Traveler 1 and 2 are on sale as well. Octopath Traveler 2 is $24, which is a great buy if you like the HD 2D aesthetic and you want a turn-based JRPG. That is a great, great pickup. Highly recommend that. So, the Square Enix sale, I'm just covering the tip of the iceberg. Final Fantasy, all of the classic games are on sale. Final Fantasy 13, of course, that I always go to bat for $6.39. That deal is excellent. And you've got a lot of the older games on sale as well. Older Dragon Quest titles. Dragon Quest 11 is absolutely beloved. So, a lot of good stuff there. Check all of that out. And then a couple of other deals to round out the video. Historic lows on the first Berserker Khazan, 30% off for $42. Obviously, holding up in price quite a bit. It did just come out back in March, but I completed first Berserker. I really liked it from an art style standpoint. I'm not crazy about Souls-like games. Honestly, I don't really know what possessed me to play first Berserker. I just really like the vibe and the aesthetics of the game. But like, I'm just not into Souls-like games these days, but I had a good time with it. I thought the soundtrack was great. The story is fine, and I had a pretty good time with it. If you're into the Souls-like genre, you'll probably enjoy it, and yeah, it was received pretty well by the Souls-like fan base as well. I kind of just went into it as an action game, and guess what? Your boy played the game on the easy difficulty. What are you gonna do about it? You gonna take me to the gallows? Y'all won't do nothing about it. You'll sit there and accept it as I'm playing the Souls-like games on easy. Brothers, give me a difficulty option on these Souls-like games, and I'm running to that easy option, so take that for what you will. Next up, you got Senua Saga Hellblade 2. This is just plummeting in price, and I say plummeting, I mean, the game's been out for like 16 months at this point, but 65% off for $17.49, a historic low on this game as well. Definitely play Hellblade 1, and this is very much, you know, kind of got that walking sim vibe going on for it, so keep that in mind, a game that's very much built on its atmosphere and elements like that, but yeah, $17.49 for that. And then lastly, like I said, the Steam Deck is 20% off for the 256GB LCD model, $319. Given the price points of some of the, you know, portable PC gaming platforms these days, I think that's a pretty good pickup. 256 gigabytes is unfortunate, but you can still store a good amount of games on it. Like, if you're the kind of person that you're good with installing 2 to 3 games at a time, and then you beat those games, and then you can you'll uninstall those games and you'll move on, I think that's the best way to go. Now, obviously, you can upgrade the storage, so that option will be there, but again, it's the LCD model. The OLED isn't on sale, but I think it's a pretty good buy. Now, you guys gotta remember, if you're buying something like this, I would really try to stay away from the aspect of romanticizing, like, portable gaming. I think that's a lot of, one of the major issues that people have when they buy an expensive piece of hardware like a Steam Deck or a ROG Ally, is that they romanticize that idea of playing games as a portable device, and then it's just not for them. Like, understand that you're playing these games at lower performance. If you think it's that cool to play God of War, just, yeah, on a portable device, it is impressive, but it'll be at 30 frames per second. It'll have its issues here and there, and maybe you have the mindset, oh, it'll be real cool to chill on my couch, play a game, and watch a show at the same time. Like, I don't know about you guys, and yes, there are certainly games that offer you the ability to watch a show or listen to a podcast while playing them, but I cannot utilize my 4 brain cells to focus on the narrative of a video game and enjoy that video game for all it's worth, and enjoy and comprehend a television show or, listen to a podcast at the same time. Maybe that's just a 4 brain cell problem, but I don't know. And I've always talked up, like, podcasting games. Like, I feel like the Assassin's Creed games are great for that because the characters suck and the stories suck, and it's just a lot of content in an open world. But if you're playing, let's say, a God of War, a Horizon, I'm bringing up the Sony games, but a Witcher, a Cyberpunk, you want to be kind of immersed into that game, and I think games like that are just more favorable to playing them on a PC and, not playing them on the couch. That's my 2 cents, I just think you should understand, don't romanticize it. That's what I'm getting at. Don't romanticize the idea of portable gaming. Like, I have a ROG Ally and I absolutely love it, but, like, I enjoy playing certain games on it. I'm not playing everything on it. I'm not playing a Cyberpunk on it. I'm playing, a lot of JRPGs on it when I do use it. But I digress. $319 I think is a great price. I would recommend it. That'll do it for me. Again, a lot of sales running on Steam right now. Check them out for yourself. That 505 game sale, Tokyo Game Show sale, Square Enix sale, first Berserker, Senua Saga, and the Steam Deck discounted as well. That'll do it for me. Let me know all of your thoughts in the comments section down below. As always, guys, thanks for watching, and I will catch you guys in the next one. Peace out. Hey, what's going on, guys? Mush here again. Hope you enjoyed the video. As you guys might know, YouTube's notification system is sometimes a little bit wonky, even if you're subscribed to the channel. Maybe you're not abundantly aware that I uploaded a video. To remedy that situation, make sure you hit the bell notification button. This way, whenever I upload a new video, and I try to upload as consistently as possible, you will be notified directly of the upload, and you can watch it as soon as it goes live. I would really appreciate if you guys hit that button so you can stay up to date with all of the content I'm posting. But as always, guys, thanks for watching, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace out.